Hey guys, Jonathan here, and LEGO sent me the new Summer 2024 CMF Series to review early, but of course all thoughts here are my own. These will be $5 when they come out in May, and of course it's just like the regular blind boxes where you don't know exactly who's going to be on the inside, but there are 12 figures to collect. This video is really just going to be a review of the figures themselves, so let's get into the video, and I'm going to rank and review them. So I'll start with my least favorite, work my way up to my favorite, and let's get into it. Alright, so in my opinion, this is a really great wave. I'm really excited about all the figures, so it is kind of hard to pick a least favorite, but the mutated Blacktron guy is my least favorite, and the reason for that is I'm not a big fan of the asymmetry. You know, needless to say, he's got something going on here, maybe like a poison infection or something, but it's caused him to grow 2 arms and an alien leg on one side, and I do think that that's really cool, but it's driving my OCD nuts that only one side of him is transformed, and then of course on the flip side, for making customs, now we don't have the right arm or right leg if you wanted to try and complete this, so it does kind of drive me up a wall with that. That doesn't mean it's a bad figure. Like I said, it's literally just my OCD that's making this one my least favorite. Alright, here we've got the alien bug creature. This one is pretty cool, but something's got to come toward the bottom, and this one's it. I do like these digitized wings on there. I haven't seen that wing piece before in my collecting days. And then we do have this very cool new head that has like those little pinchers at the mouth, and it almost looks like the Indiana Jones crystal skull could be the skeleton for this. But that being said, I do really like the legs on this, kind of having those like gremlin style legs, and it looks like we've got a little plant over here with maybe some food or some eggs on there, but either way, it's a cool figure, but unfortunately second to last in my ranking. Alright, up next we've got the space UFO head guy, and I do think that this is a funny figure, but it doesn't really do a ton for me as far as like expanding my minifig collection. It's just something kind of funny and goofy to laugh at. I do really like the body and legs though. It would be perfect for building Eternity from LEGO Marvel. And then as far as the rest goes, it's one of these regular domes that goes over the head here. You can see that there are some brackets in there that clicks into. There's just a regular green head underneath, and we do get a brand new piece here that has shoulder bracing, so it can fit on the shoulder perfectly. So you just set it in there, set the head on there, put the bubble back on, and you're back in business. Okay, here we've got the Retro Space Girl, which is a nice compliment to the Retro Space Guy we got years ago, who also had these kind of like atomic patches on his suit and things like that. I do like the pink and purple color scheme. The purplish skirt there is nice, and the dual molded legs are a really nice touch. I also like the little robo dog with the pink eyes and the little blaster. Then we get this new helmet piece, and this is the first head in the series that's double-sided, so we've kind of got a confident smirk on one side, and then, well, I guess another confident smirk on the other side. Two ways of expressing the same thing, I suppose, but the helmet is very cool, love the ponytail, and it is a really nice figure overall. Alright, so here we go with the Constellation guy. Now, my first thought is that this torso would work perfect for a Silver Surfer custom from Marvel, of course, but overall, it's a really cool figure in and of itself with the sparkly purple translucent arms and legs. We also get this very unique club piece there and a Constellation shield for him. I actually don't 100% know what constellation this is supposed to be representing. If somebody knows in the comments, you can let me know, but this purple sparkly head is very nice too. And even the hair is pretty cool. It doesn't have any sparkle to it, but the translucent purple hair is pretty unique. Can't really think of where else I would use it beyond this, but it is pretty wild. Here we've got the robot helper chef dude, and I really like these legs. They're really cool. If you lift it up, you can see what they look like here with just a 2x2 bracing stud on the bottom, so to speak, that clips on a little something like that. It's got a whisk in one hand, and then it looks like it's working on some whipped cream or something in there. Of course, that piece just comes out and goes right back into the pot. I do like the printing on the arms. That could be good for like an Iron Man custom. And the green bubble can lift up to see a head underneath with a little smirk, smile, and a battery pattern on the back. We also have a kind of cool throwback to the old like Lego tape piece, which came in like a lot of the studio sets back in the day. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be here, but the design is obviously very, very similar to what we used to get, and that's pretty interesting in and of its own right. Alright, this one is pretty fascinating. This guy is actually a robot that's being controlled by these little alien microfigures. You do get 3 of them, as you see here, which I think is cool for like a little army building thing. And then we get this new piece, which is kind of like the party hat piece, but it's clearly like an antenna that goes into his hair, which is pretty unique. This hair would be like perfect for Leonardo DiCaprio too. But if we flip the hair around, you can see that there's an alien guy inside controlling him, and you can see a panel on his back where the aliens obviously go into his body to control him. This is a very, very weird figure in terms of like the context, implications, and lore, but I really do like it, and that torso would be great for like Stan Lee or something like that too. So overall, very nice figure. Here we've got the Space Robot Nurse, and I have to be honest, on face value, I'm not crazy about this figure, but the little pink space baby that it comes with wins back all of the value in my book, which I think is exceptionally cool. And really, the reason that this one is ranked at number 5 on my list of 12 is really just because of the Space Baby. If you haven't had the chance to get a Space Baby yet, they come in 2 pieces. So you can see you just get the regular baby body, and then the head is actually a part of the canister and the helmet, which slides onto the body a little something like that. Then we've got the translucent arms with printing there. We've got a little, like, pulse on one wrist. And on the other side, it says LE. I'm not exactly sure what that would stand for. Or perhaps it's this way, 37 degrees. I guess it's probably the 37 degrees, but I'm going to leave it in there so you guys can watch me mess up. But we've got nice leg printing, nice torso printing, a new blue hairpiece, and the head can be spun around to see where you charge it in the back. It's like where you would put the plug in. You can see that it's probably running on about 80% battery there. So overall, pretty neat figure. Not my favorite figure, but that baby makes up a lot of points if you ask me. I think it's pretty interesting how pretty much every figure in this lineup is very, like, fantastical, but then they just gave us one random real-life-based astronaut, which is pretty interesting. This does come with a lot of pieces, so in the weight guide, this one probably is going to weigh the most, A, because it has the most pieces, and B, because this backpack piece is actually pretty heavy in its own right. You can see I'm struggling to even hold it. Anyways, great leg printing here with printing on the sides of the legs that continues onto the front. I'm going to move these controllers aside just so you could get a better look at the body where we've got printed arms with the space logo up there, as well as printed arms on this side. We can lift the helmet up to see a really nice face print underneath with a female astronaut. Then we can lift that up to show you this entire backpack contraption, but not before taking a look at the torso print there, which looks really nice, and the back torso print as well. Now we've got the backpack contraption, which you can see has a 2x3 printed plate on the back that just clips onto there. Then you can see what it looks like on the inside. We get 2 1x1 flat studs there, one that kind of has like that camera on there and the other with a light. And then we get 2 identical cheese slopes that actually have printing on them that go into these little 1x1 pieces with the arm bracket there that all clips in a little something like this. Then you position those in front of the hands, put the head back on, and put the helmet back on to complete up the figure. So pretty interesting and a really, really nice one. That's number 4 on the ranking. When this series first got announced, this was my favorite figure, and I do really like it, but after seeing them all in person, he's been bumped down to number 3. This, of course, is the little alien traveler. He's kind of like a tourist with his backpack on there. He's got the dual-molded legs with gray feet and those kind of fuchsia pants. Then, of course, we've got dual-molded arms with printing on both sides and I Love Earth shirt. He also has got a little camera to commemorate his trip and a really neat teal fedora. And I'll lift that fedora off so you can see the head. This head is going to be awesome for alien army building, and I really, really like this figure quite a bit. Now, for my favorite figure, it's a real toss-up here, but I'm going to put the Ice Planet Astronaut at number 2. I really like the cool translucent chainsaw. This throws back to the old Ice Planet theme so well. You can see it's just brick built with 3 pieces, which looks awesome. We also have feet there that have printing on them that kind of have like ice grips with the teeth in them. We got a little robotic penguin on the side, which looks very cool. Printing on the front and the Ice Planet visor eyes on there. Speaking of the visor, we get a brand new helmet for this figure that is just so detailed and looks great. Then we can lift that off to see the female head underneath, which is double-sided, and don't think LEGO skipped out. We also get short red hair for this, so if you wanted to display the figure without the helmet, you certainly can. We also get blue shoulder armor with the Ice Planet logo on the side, revamped for this, and we can lift this up to see a great print underneath with a little bit of fur around the collar, the really cool belt print, and the fur and belt print continuing onto the back. Overall, a really, really great figure. And at number 1, we've got the red M-Tron guy. I just think this figure is so cool. You get those dual molded legs with printing on the side, and it just continues onto the front with toe printing, front printing on the legs, and look how cool this contraption of his backpack is. You can see that this entire piece is a new piece in and of itself, and this little piece just goes into a Technic pin that's inserted into the backpack. Then you clip it into his hand, a little something like that, and it's able to grip a brick too for like moving bricks and all of that cool stuff. So I really, really love that. Then, of course, we can lift the helmet up to see that he's kind of got an HUD Iron Man style print on one side and just a regular confident smirk on the other side with no HUD. And finally, we get a little 1x1 piece here that has a meter reading, overall making this an incredibly cool figure. So he's my number 1, and with that being said, let's bring the video to a close. Alright guys, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for checking out this video, and thanks again to LEGO for sending me these to review. I'll catch you guys on the next video, and until next time, build on.